What's up, Mom?
How was school?
School's alright. I mean, I feel really good, so I'm about to go lay down.
Why did you come home early?
Because I didn't feel good.
Okay.
I'm about to go take a nap.
Tiran, wait. You came home early for what? You haven't been in school for a while. Where have you been? What did you learn today?
I don't know.
Tiran, this is not a joke. Your education means the world to you. You need to embrace it more often, Tiran. I am a strong woman of God. And in my past, I have learned that there are some women that believe God will protect them from all evil, will provide when no one else sees the hunger growing beneath stomachs that are strong enough for cervixes to hold up babies. Some women put baby daddies before God. Wonder why their blessings consist of being stuck in labor with epidurals throbbing at their spine, blind to the reality of not letting a man go that isn't a real man at all. Truth is, I never listened to God because I never wanted you to grow up without a father. So I held on tight, clenched my eyelids tighter and tighter as the years went by to hide on pain and tears that start worse than my stretch marks I built bridges for you to walk on. I always minded my P's and Q's as a mother. I never navigated men like landmines. I wanted men to seek the organ of my heart and not the sensation of pleasure between my legs, so after I had you, I spent my time in Bible study, hoping God would forgive me of my sins of not choosing wisely, so you know this. Just like my mother taught me to be a lady, I taught you to have principles. But flunking all of your classes your senior year, that is unspeakable.
Blah, blah. Look, the only thing I've learned in school is the browner your nose, the higher your grade. It's too much money to be made, and it's only so much I can make at lunchtime. Honestly, I think this school stuff ain't for me, see. I'd rather cultivate sativas than bean sprouts. I've seen more eggs and wounds before an autopsy to even care what the inside of a rat looks like, and I know math. I know how far 28 grams would take me, so why I need a diploma.
What you mean?
Why I need a diploma? There's so much money that I can just make out here in these streets.
You must think I am a fool. This is not a game. The principal called, told me that my parenting skills need to be reassured. Tiran, that is embarrassing. Told me that the aroma of weed was coming through the vents in your lockers at school. I put lunch money in your pockets so lunch ladies won't have to guard your free lunches like police officers guard a prison cellmate. I protected you from all evil. And I swear I did everything I could so you won't grow up wishing you had tangible items that work my 9 to 5 every day as if there was no tomorrow. And in return, I get phone calls telling me to reassure my parenting skills as if I was a deadbeat parent that knew nothing about principles and structure. Do you dream about aiming high? Yeah. And I'm not talking about, shut up, listen to me. And I'm not talking about the narcotics I found under your bed this morning next to that kind of rapper. Do you even dream about becoming stable and successful? Because God can see all the dirt on the surface of your hands. You will never get into the gates of heaven with sins becoming your best friend or believing the Kama Sutra will outrule the New Testament. What were you thinking? It will never happen unless you diminish your thug ways.
Yeah, Mom, wherever. I'm about to take a nap though, like I said.
You know what? I'm tired of you being disrespectful, not in my household. I did everything I could for you. I don't understand what this guy's into you. And I'm about to clean my house. I just cannot deal with this. Why is your backpack so heavy, Tiran? Don't do homework. Oh, that's for sure. No homework indeed. Tiran, get up!
I'm asleep.
Tiran, get up! Tell me how much pain can my heart really take from your connivance, immorality, and selfishness I have never raised you to be. I cannot possibly take any more scarring in my heart that wasn't meant to be punctured in the first place. I would have never thought that holes in that gun brings back memories of your father bringing home drug money to provide a living for bills I was unable to pay. I would have never knew that hearts were strong enough to break apart from other hearts that love deeply and intertwine, as if hearts would never feel another heart. And I was strong enough to deal with your father walking out on our family, that he loved to create another family that appreciated the drug money and everything it could provide, like J's and snapback hats that were more desirable than the words he neglected me with saying, I love you. but not enough to stay and raise a son I never wanted in the first place. For the first time, I laid my eyes on you, Tiran. I told myself you would love me. You would never betray me. You would love me until Adam and Eve unite again. But holding that gun, my heart isn't strong enough to survive all the bullets you're shooting at me.
Man, I see why Pops left now. All you do is nag, 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 nag. Face it, I'm a product of my environment.
Oh,
and
really?
with these poems, only men can raise men, so we levitate above cement until we crack faces on pavement. These streets are my family.
No, they not.
We hustle together, we ride together, we die together. These guns are symbols of our loyalty, calibers of trust ready to bust at anybody coming at our clique. Trust me, I've tried to sit in front of these classrooms and listen to lessons that don't apply to me. I'm starting to lose faith. Similar to a Jew and their Messiah, I only see prophets for profit, professors only professing on professors that don't believe in us, believe in me. Money is my only motivation. By any means necessary, while you claim to help me, I'm helping you struggle with the bills, because I'd rather rob a man on these streets than live in a house with no heat. And these J's can't cop themselves. And I refuse to live on a bottom shelf. Trust me, I've been sitting in front of these classrooms asking, when will my career start? When will it be my time? Until they tell me after I graduate, I got 4 more years on top of another 2 to 6. That's really going to big. I can make a career out of crime. My game is my conglomerate, so please, please just leave the business to me.
You know what? You got some nerve. Them J's I bought, them Levi's I bought. You didn't pay for nothing. You know what, Tiran? I did everything I could for you. I did everything I could for you.
No! Just leave me alone!
You know what? I am done.
I don't care! Peace! Get the door! You ain't doing nothing else? Get the door!
You're not supposed to be throwing taxes to me like that. You don't get your act together. One bed, 2 people. Intimacy, pleasure. Baby, you're taking me to a whole other level of anticipation. I just can't wait no more. I was cute either. I whispered you have a condom. You call back, nah, baby, it's cool. I'm gonna pull out. 3 weeks later, constant throwing up and no energy to nothing. 2 pregnancy tests that go positive. My life is over. Or at least that's what it feels like. How am I supposed to raise a kid when I'm still a kid myself? I wonder what your reaction would be. How do I tell you that our one night of fun just became what could be our worst nightmare? Now saying that this is not a wonderful joy, but this was part of the plan.
Doorman. Hello.
How you doing? Fine, how are you?
Oh,
Go to school today? Yeah, always want to go in.
Hey, baby, what's up?
Hey.
What's wrong? What's this?
Pregnant.
What?
Oh, shit.
No. Look, you gotta get rid of it. When I said I saw a future with you, I meant you. Not +1, I mean, we barely kids ourselves. Living life here and there, you want to cut our short by at least 18 years? 18 years? I haven't even known you that long. I'm not ready for that type of commitment, so please, it's just best you get rid of it.
Excuse me? Tiran, what did you just say?
Get rid of it.
How selfish could you be?
Selfish? This is your fault. You were the one who didn't get up. I told you. I'm about to go. You didn't get up.
Who gave you the audacity to talk to me in such manner? How dare you tell me to board and live a song? Who made you God? Don't act as if you weren't a part of the making. Like you didn't learn in sex ed that the cloud method is only 84% effective. So smart, but oh dumb. As if you lack common sense. You claim you a hustler, but cracking cards, selling weed, and laundering iPhones don't make you no hustler. You think because you holding that M1 911 Cuban Benz until you see your man on the other end pulling that trigger. See now, I was there for you. When you needed someone to talk to, express your fears, share your dreams. Maturity is for the wise, and apparently you're not there. There is the belief of never overcoming, and the only thing I was taught to fear was God. Apparently I was mistaken though, because I thought I went the extra mile for you that you would do the same for me. I thought that we were Bonnie and Clyde, but Clyde's a ride or die.
Ride or die, huh? All right. I get it. You were just trying to trap me. See, you had fears that I didn't want to be with you. You know what? You're just another squirrel in my world trying your hardest to get that with one little nut. When I tried to pull out, you pulled me closer, held me tighter, kissed me harder like you were trying to conceive a love child from what was only sex. So don't stand here and tell me what I should have done, because I wasn't trying to plant seeds that I didn't want to grow. Knowing that I couldn't feed it what it needs, I can barely feed myself. There's too many babies starving and reaping the broken promises and dreams. I'd rather report this mission. Because I can't live with the fact that I would fail as a father. So just know that if you decide to go with it, I am not in support of it at all. And it's going to be a dark and lonely road that you're going to walk down because you won't walk it alone. Listen, I ride for you. I die for you. But I can't make that promise if you decide to keep it, so it's best that you alleviate this problem.
Tiran, you got some nerve. She didn't get pregnant by herself. You know what, Tiran? I gave birth to one child. Gave my heart to a child that can't love me in return. I came from a family that never even noticed the sound of the front door opening. See, I provided you with food, shelter, and clothes on your back, so you would rather have sex, drugs, items that don't reflect being a man. See, you want to be a reflection of your father. A coward.
Don't you ever compare me to him.
A coward. Like, what should I do? Like, should I keep it? Should I get rid of it? Okay. I'm here for you. I just want you to know that it's going to be all right. See, you cannot possibly make that boy stay. I mean, it's like trying to turn a stripper into a housewife or a misogynist into a man that will wine and dine his girl, will give her the world on a silver platter. See, Tiran, he will give you what's left. Real men don't give you the leftovers. You deserve hands to be held wrapped around you. You just don't know the ways of your own soul yet. See, real men don't give you the scraps and then pat you on your back and tell you to handle that with the pregnancy test in your hand, reading positive.
All right.
They always say expect the unexpected, but this was totally unexpected. She treats me like I asked for this, like her son didn't play a part in this. Like, I tricked him into spreading my legs and implanting kissy. Now I'm stuck with this growing human being that I'm supposed to love and nurture by myself. See, I grew up without a daddy, and I seen that mommy couldn't hold it down for herself, but there's days I wish I had a father. Someone to tell me the dangers of the world and protect me from all the pain that I was never supposed to endure. Mommy taught me value, but not like how he would. He was supposed to be there and call me princess and let me know that no man's love would ever amount to the love that he had for me, because that's what dads are supposed to do. The disgrace that was shown on my mother's face when I uttered these words to her, crushing her soul and breaking my heart, because these are some things that's intertwined. But maybe I can fix this. I'll pretend that getting rid of you wasn't the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. I'll act like I never imagined what it would be like to have my very own. I'll pretend that when a doctor ripped you from my uterus that I didn't feel like I lost a part of me. And this is just the way life has to be, because in reality, there are no more options. I'm sorry that you'll never get to catch your first breath, or even get a glimpse of what life would be. But your blood should forever remain on my hands, because this is no worse than a homicide. I wish life could be so easy, but maybe we live in a cold world where life just ain't easy. I wish hard decisions didn't seem so easy. This is our reality. Every day, a mother gives up on her child. And maybe she felt like she's done everything she possibly could have before her child has turned 18.
Did you know that high school dropouts are 8 times more likely to end up in prison? All too easy that they take the road that leads them to the cemetery or the penitentiary.
Blacks comprise only 13% of the U.S. population, but account for more than 37% of all abortions. Maybe they think this is the best one for birth control.
He who rejects progress is the architect of decay. The only human institution that rejects progress is the cemetery. Try harder.